Don't care if you have Jesus here representing you. It's unacceptable if you're covering the device when you're supposed to be blowing into it.
Whoa, did you catch that? The judge just said, even if Jesus was representing you, that's not just courtroom flair, that's a signal this judge has zero tolerance for games with breathalyzers covering the device is a direct violation. But the question is, was it intentional or just bad luck? Let's keep watching.
She's not covering the device, Judge.
It's like a few is looking at the camp, like you're looking at the sky, there's other people going into the device.
Oh, no. Oh.
If I may, Judge.
Oh. How are you, sir? Sit down.
Judge, I'm here on Brittany DeFraui. She's not on docket, I don't think. When we spoke last, I had just gotten on the case. We had heard about her allegations of testing positive for methamphetamine, which was a concern to me. Since that time, and she's here, we have had an opportunity to dig into it a bit more. Ms. DeFraui apparently was taking both Adderall and Vyvanse. It appears from what we can tell from the drug lab tests that we are seeing, they may well have been testing for the Vyvanse. Vyvanse.
I can't imagine that Vyvanse is going to make you test positive for methamphetamine.
It can. Apparently, Vyvanse is. I've got the articles here. I'll be happy to share with you. But Vyvanse metabolizes down into a form called D-amphetamine.
Here's where things get legally murky. The defense claims the medication, Vyvanse, caused a false positive for meth. That's not unheard of. Vyvanse metabolizes into dextroamphetamine, which can trigger a flag, but meth, that's a whole different beast. Can a lab test really be that flawed? Sound off in the comments? Should courts rethink how they handle these results?
Which it's, what is it, I'm going to mess it up, but it's D-amphetamine, which will test positive for methamphetamine. In fact, the same lab testing agency that Harris County is using is now involved in
Two federal lawsuits.
Two federal lawsuits for testing people positive for methamphetamine, when in fact they are not. We're trying
to see that.
Yeah, where we're trying to untangle the kind of circumstance here. We've become aware of some other allegations involving a alcohol testing device in her car. And it's my understanding there are also some email chains between my client and her old probation officer about her reporting dates and her testing. And apparently this previous probation officer had some discussions with her about knowing that the Vyvanse would test positive on the UA test. We're trying to gather all those.
Now this is where things spiral: camera obstruction, other people blowing into the device, and probation violations. Yikes. Remember, these interlock devices aren't just breathalyzers. They often have cameras to verify who's blowing. If someone else is doing it, that's tampering straight up, and the judge is catching on.
But there's still other violations? And is she continuing to test and make sure that she's not using alcohol or...
The last drug test I have is from October 31st. She also is obscuring the camera in her on her device. And I didn't
Come up, Mr. Fraui.
Violations. I mean, any emails between the previous officer and your client.
And I'm sorry, you don't what?
See any emails between your client
Yeah.
and the previous officer?
It's unacceptable if you are covering the device when you're supposed to be blowing into it.
She's not covering the device, Judge.
It's like a few is looking at the camp, like you're looking at the sky, there's other people going into the device.
Oh, no. Oh.
If I may, Judge.
Oh.
What we're seeing, there's not a routine pattern of this. What we're seeing is that there are occasions, and Mr. Fraui can speak to this, she would go back in and get everything recalibrated whenever it was brought to her attention that she was not being captured on it. To be fair, there have been occasions when other people have driven the car and they necessarily must blow in it, but it is not a pattern behavior. It is very sporadic.
Yes. And then on top of all of this, Judge, she also is on probation and felony court, and it looks like they're gonna push a motion.
If I may, I've already spoken to felony court. They're not pushing the motion. They are waiting to resolve this issue. I went up there just now, and the judge up there is staffing it and is going to try to get to the bottom of this methamphetamine problem.
I'd like to send her for a drug and alcohol test now while she's here. And then we need to have a hearing with regard to the methamphetamine. And
The judge is not messing around. If she's threatening to lose it over tampering, you know this isn't her first rodeo, but let's zoom out. What do you think? Is this a justice system that's too rigid? Or is the judge protecting public safety from someone who's already had too many chances?
the Vyvan issue, you know, and
I'm waiting on a letter from Jimmy Valentine, who is a nationally recognized toxicologist, about this issue. I think it's going to resolve everything, but I mean,
well, I appreciate the tenacity, but I'm going to have issues if you're trying to cover the camera. If you're trying to do things of this nature, I'm telling you now, I'm going to have a humongous problem with it. And don't care if you have Jesus here representing you, but if you are trying to be disingenuous by covering the camera, I'm telling you now, I'm going to have issues with it. Don't cover the camera. Don't have other people blow into it, because the idea is that if that car is moving and you're behind the wheel, you are supposed to be taking the breath test, not someone else, and then them allowing you to drive.
Nobody else is.
If I find that happens, I'm going to lose it. Do you understand?
Yes.
So, yeah, I'm going to send her for a test now. I want to set it for a hearing, perhaps in 2 weeks, so that I think we need to have an expert too. I mean, we need to figure out how we're going to have someone come testify on the issue as far as Vyvan and I don't know. Let me reach out to my my staff and figure out how we're going to go forward. Let's do like 2 to 3 weeks. We'll set it for a hearing, a formal hearing. You know, have the probation officer ready, every allegation ready to go.
we would only ask, and we'll be happy to do that. We just asked for a list of what we're battling.
Yeah, of course. Is everything operational now as far as interlocks? Is she still reporting now?
Yes, sir. As far as I can tell, everything is still operational and she's reported to us.
What is the cause number, Shatori, please?
That's here in misdemeanor. It is,
394034.
Tell me,
She was supposed to come in to turn herself in and sign amended conditions to go through it. That's what she was here for.
that's right. Right.
And then
it's not undone.
Why is the felony court unhappy?
And there it is, the final warning. Random drug and alcohol tests coming fast. If this defendant slips again, it's going to be more than just a courtroom scolding. What started as a question about medication could now decide whether she walks free or walks into jail. This next hearing make or break.
because they got the same piece of we did and they requested a motion for what I saw. So they just went upstairs. They said something else.
Who's in the 184? Who's that?
That's Cat Thomas, Judge.
Okay. All right. So let's set the hearing for 3 weeks. Okay. And then I'm going to get with my staff to see how we're going to go forward as far as
Understood.
the methamphetamine issue.
We'll be happy to share everything we find about. We're still untangling it, but you know, I've been in a lot of these problems, and this one is giving me pause. It sounds like something where we may be going down the wrong path, so I want to bring it to your attention.
Don't test positive for anything from now. And I'm telling you now, I'm going to drug test you like crazy, and I'm going to test you for alcohol like crazy. Do you understand?
Good.
Don't test positive, because it's really going to go sideways real quick. Okay. All right.
Understood.
Pick a day, 3 weeks, and then we'll set it for a hearing.
Yes, sir.
Formal hearing. Okay.
Do you want her to come back